All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to the monster. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series hits the monster. It's Dover International Speedway, race number 7 of the season, and it's the high bank concrete 1 mile oval at Dover. This thing will reach out and bite you, chew up your tires, and spit you out. Who's got what it takes to claim the monster? There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the Buschwackers Series Friday night in action here at Dover International. Race number 7 of the season, and it's 130 laps. Hang on, boys and girls. It's Dover. All right, thank you so much for showing up here. Appreciate you being here tonight. And again, Dover International, man. Whoa. This track is a difficult one, very challenging. It's going to be a fun one here tonight, I believe. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator, and owner of High Octane Racing League. Dover Motor Speedway. They've actually renamed this from Dover International Speedway now to Dover Motor Speedway. So located in Dover, Delaware. 130 laps here tonight, and really a very, very interesting track, man. High bank concrete oval, very fast, and things happen in a hurry at this track. It's going to be a fun one here. It's round number 7 tonight. We're all live right here on TurnLeftTV. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, or how about hosting your website or your online store, VPS hosting and shared web hosting also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our servers here at High Octane Racing. And don't forget to visit us over at HighOctaneRacing.net. We'll do some racing. We've got a good quick link to our Discord server where we do most of our business here at HORL. And we'd love to have you, so come on out and join us here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Get updates of schedules, what series we have coming up, and we've got a series coming up not this weekend, but starting next weekend, brand new series. And we'll be announcing that tonight here in the race, in this broadcast. Already got some chatters in here, man. Look at that. Logan Brown, Claire, Philpott, they're fighting to see who was here first. Well, I don't know. It's all documented. It looks like Logan is the one to set it first. So, I don't know. Was Claire at school today? Must have been, air quotes, sick. It was senior skip day, but Claire's not a senior. Come on, Claire. We missed you. We're good to see Claudio in here, Givaldo as well. New little look to the chat. Looks like my previous CSS was a little outdated, so I had to update that. Well, Logan was at school today. I know that. That guy's always at school. Let's see both of them. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Only a few weeks left. Well, we got about 4 weeks, 3 weeks or so left to go. Get a good, relaxing weekend in. We got a busy weekend of racing headed your way. Saturday's Showdown Series will be in action for the final race of the season tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. It's Indy. That's right, the crown jewel of motorsports. 80-lap race from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, all live right here on TurnLeftTV. It's the Saturday Showdown Series, the season finale. Eugene Fedorov here in the 84 car. Eugene is a punk rock drummer. You wouldn't know it by talking to the guy, really, but the guy, I don't mean to be stereotyping, but the guy, he just doesn't seem like a punk rock drummer, but hey, really cool stuff, man. Let me listen to some stuff, and hopefully maybe he'll give me a link. I think he needs to send me a link, and maybe I can share that in the chat so everybody can check out his stuff. Eugene Fedorov, one of our Russian drivers. Got Artur Vieira out here tonight as well. Good to see Artur in the 4 car. With our Brazilian drivers. Several championships here at HORL. Not his only championships, that's for sure. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action here at Dover tomorrow night. 160-lap race, race number 6 of the Saturday Night Thunder Cup Series season. And again, Dover here. So tonight, the Xfinity Series. Tomorrow, the Cup Series in this time slot. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's the Saturday Night Thunder. This season, or this series has been going on for 22 years. Remember when we were just doing pickup races on Saturday nights. And now here we are 22 years later, and we're headed to Dover for a 160-lap race tomorrow. We're going to take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Of course, we're at Dover here tonight, 130 laps. Tomorrow, or next week, we'll be at Five Flags Speedway for the first time. Get a little asterisk by that one. 150 laps at this short track. It'll be probably the first time for most of these drivers at Five Flags Speedway. And I'm going to say thank you to Mike Schreiner and getting this track out. And we'll put it on the schedule, man. Did some laps here. Thought it was pretty cool. We got Darlington Raceway coming up on May the 12th, and we're going to finish out the season at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on May the 19th. So we're definitely on the back half of the season here in the Buschwacker Series. We will be going to the qualification session. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Hey, man, 763 subscribers. I'm getting closer and closer to that 1,000 mark. Got a little ways to go. But don't forget to that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Please share my videos with all of your friends. Encourage them to come out and watch these videos and subscribe to the channel. Also, smash that bell, and you'll get updates when races are going live. And if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can click on the PayPal link up in the banner of the channel or in the description of this race. More importantly, there is a link in the description of this race for the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity that we support here at TurnLeftTV, High Octane Racing League. And that's Will Dunbar's charity that he likes to donate to. So we follow right along, and we encourage you to make a donation if you'd like to help kids out who are going through some medical issues and help pay their bills and so forth. So also SimLab's website, if you'd like to purchase something through SimLab, please click on my link. I'm an affiliate through them. So if you'd like to purchase some racing gear or even a race rig, I have the Evo 1 and love it, man. That's what I do my broadcasting from. It's what I do my driving from, is a race rig. It completely changed things for me, and really a new feel. And it's really been easy to add stuff to the race rig as well. So thanks for supporting me here at TurnLeftTV, and we are in the qualification session as we speak. Take a look at Todd Robillard here in the 90 car. 21.961. He is top on the grid here so far. Alvarez just 9 1/1000ths of a second back. Arizona is third. 3 Chevys, 1, 2, 3. Here early in quals. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. Kind of interesting to see what he's going to do in that 19 car. Kind of hanging out here a little bit. Artur Vieira in the 4 out on the track to put some laps down. So Robillard the top time with the 21.961. Alvarez second, Marizon third. Preston Hassel the top Ford. Here's 4, Sean Jacobs 5th. Gotta think Vieira's going to be in that top 5. This is the kind of track that Artur Vieira really excels at. Tough to drive through the turns, and the thing is tough on tires, so it can get a little bit loose. And we'll see what Vieira lays down here. Right now, 5th on the grid for Vieira. First sector is faster in this second lap. Second sector just a little bit off the pace. Kind of balanced out here, but he's a little bit back off the time, but it's going to be pretty close. 22.100. So 5th on the grid for Artur Vieira. Dennis Yuderchin in the 47 car. Fixed the car set and got his car back in the car set, or at least this version. He's got 3 cars, I believe, in the car set, so we've got this skin out here and fixed that for him. So hopefully he'll be appreciative of that. 16th on the grid. I'm moving up to P11 with a 22.167 for Dennis Yuderchin. What lap number 2 is that first sector a little bit faster for Yuderchin. Let's see, sector number 3, 22.173 for Dennis Yuderchin, still 11th on the grid for him. A couple drivers, Gordon Carter, Jim Willis, and Lucas Simpner, I believe, still have not gone out here. I'm not sure what the plan is for them, whether they decide they're going to stay in the pits or go out and make a run at it. Essentially, these guys try to get the laps in the first half of the qualification session so they can do the driver's meeting and have a full warm-up session. So it looks like effectively qualifications are over, and we'll get the official results once the time runs out. Thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started. All right, welcome back here to TurnLeftTV. Alexander Zakharov joining us in here. Hopefully, Alexander going to be able to participate in the IndyCar series we got coming up. And that will give me a chance to announce this. IndyCar series kicks off race number 1 on May the 6th. It's a 10-race season, mostly road courses. 7 road courses, 3 ovals. And we're generally following the IndyCar Series season. Of course, they only race about every 2 weeks, so we've got some other tracks there spattered in between. But hopefully, we get a good turnout here. We've got a lot of interest, a lot of new people joining. But racing will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. May the 6th will be the first race of the season, Barber Motorsports Park at the IndyCar Series. And we'll take a look at that schedule. Take a look at the schedule there. We got slated. The Indianapolis Road Course on May the 13th. Iowa, our first oval, followed by Indianapolis on Memorial Day weekend. Where in the Indianapolis 500 it will be. I'll try not to go to the race since it's about 40 miles away from my home. Detroit's a little city circuit there. And Gateway, another our third oval. Road America, Watkins Glen, Mid-Ohio, and Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. A 10-race IndyCar series, and we're using the official mod, the DLC IndyCar. So if you're interested, there's the QR code. You can also type in that Discord address and join us here at High Octane Racing League. Zakharov, one of our great GT3 drivers. And good to see him out there. Gilmar greeting us as well. Good to see Gilmar. Qualifications have ended, and we'll get the results here in just a moment. Michael Cibensato also joining us as well. Take a look at the qualification results. Todd Robillard with a 21.961 qualifies in P1. You see Franco Alvarez starts second. Craig Marizan starts third. Preston Hassel will be fourth. Row 3 will be Arthur Vieta and Sean Jacobs, a couple Chevys there. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the Ford. He switched to the Ford this season. Qualifies in the 7th position. Ed Palumbo qualifies 8th. Givaldo Spindle in 9th. Eugene Fedorov in the Ford in the 84 car qualifies in the 10th position. Qualifying in 11th is Dennis Uderchin in the 47 car. Gilmar Peixoto, who needs to get a car in the car set, man. We got to get him a car. Qualifies in 12th. Tiago Gomez, 13th. Steve Pierce in his new paint scheme, the Captain Morgan Chevy, qualifies in P14. Gordon Carter, Jim Willis, and Lucas Simpler have elected not to qualify, and will start in the back. Let's take a look at the track here at Dover. It's the Monster Mile. The Monster. High bank concrete oval. Located in Dover, Delaware. It's a mile in length. Banking in the turns, 24 degrees. And it is concrete, man. Very tough on tires. Banking in the straights at 9 degrees. From my experience in racing this track many, many times, it never feels like you are not turning the car because of that banking at 9 degrees through the straights. This thing can get really loose coming off the turns. And when things happen here, they happen in a hurry. So if we have crashes here, guys are going to have to be really up on the wheel and track aware to make sure that they do not get into other drivers. So that's Dover International. Point standings coming in to tonight's race. Sean Jacobs, just a 2-point lead over Franco Alvarez. Jake Barazan is third in points. Ed Palumbo fourth. Really tight battle there, 1 through 5. Yudichin is fifth. Preston Hassel, Jim Willis, Alexei Salviev, Givaldo Spittle, and Tim Lansbury rounding out the top 10. Take a look at page number 2. That tight battle there with Pierce and Bardelli Jr. Got a tie there for the 14th position. John Stanley, Gilmar Peixoto. The guys there have messaged me and said they wouldn't be able to make it this weekend. Dana Grover, Chris Hughes, Ricardo Simonsato, Gordon Carter, 21st, 22nd. Dana Grover and Michael Simonsato, 23rd and 24th. Lucas Simper, RTM, Josh Brink, Jesus Iglesias, Tony Furtado, and Richie Novar in that top 30. So page number 4. 38 drivers here joining us in the season. Ed Palumbo out in the bad luck car. I painted him this car, and he says it's bad luck. I think it's a gangster-looking car, to be honest with you. I love this car. And he said it's bad luck, so... But nonetheless, we'll give it some airtime. There you go. Little mellow yellow car. I'll tell you what, a little bit of a win in this car will change his attitude on that one. Been knowing Ed for, wow, somewhere on the order of about 20 years. Back to the old HORL days. Maybe somewhere around that 2006, so maybe not quite 20 years, but go back a long way. Ed, one of our New York drivers. Got about just under 4 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Don't forget to join us tomorrow live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be at Indy in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Showdown Series for the final race of the season. Race number 6, 80-lap race at Indy, and we'll be live with that right here on TurnLeftTV. So got about a minute and a half left. Get your popcorn ready. Open your nice beverage, whatever your beverage of choice is. Strap yourself in here. This is Dover. Take a look at Sean Jacobs in that 24 car. Says he's a super speedway guy, but man, I'll tell you what, the program for short tracks, those mile and a halfers has really improved for Sean Jacobs. I think he was just trying to psych everybody out, throw everybody off the scent. Expecting him not to be competitive at some of these tracks that are not super speedways, and he's proved them wrong. Gilmore Peixoto. We definitely got to get the car set for old Gilmar. Get some chatters in here. Jim Willis, Preston Hassel, those guys on the track, getting ready to get in the cars and mix it up. Well, boys and girls, it's about that time. It's Dover. Warm-up is over. And we're about ready to kick this baby off, so get ready.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, 130 laps here tonight at Dover, and this is going to be a fun one. Take a look at the starting order here at Dover. Todd Robillard in the 90 starts in P1. Franco Alvarez second. Craig Marizon and Preston Hassel, row number 2. Row number 3. will be Arthur Vieira and Sean Jacobs. Row 4, Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Ed Palumbo. Starting in row number 5. Waldo Spindle and Eugene Fedorov. Dennis Udichin in the 47 starts in P11. 3X of Gilmar Peixoto starts in 12. Starting in 13th will be Thiago Gomez in the 26 car. Steve Pierce in the 51 starts 14th. Gordon Carter starts 15th. Jim Willis will start in 16th. Starting in 17th is Lucas Sifner in the 21 car. Take a look at my keys to the race here. Save your tires, man. Quarter exit, manage traffic, limit that aggression, and make sure those pit stops are on point here at Dover. Only one lap for the warm-up or the formation lap. So here we go. It's Dover. And it's race number 7 of the season. Hopefully we guys exercise a little patience here, especially at Dover on these starts. Everybody's bunched together. Here we go. Green, green, green. ID car leads the field. But off turn 2, down the backstretch, 83 just behind. Clean start here so far, but they are side by side. Vieira and Preston Hassel side by side coming down the front stretch. Vieira on the inside, Preston Hassel up on the outside line with that 27 car. Arthur Vieira pressing the issue here. That's Chevy. Oh, Preston Hassel, hard contact with the outside wall, side by side here. Vieira on the inside might have Preston cleared. Preston going back down to the inside to see if he can't get back around. On board here with Arthur Vieira as he closes in on Craig Marazon. Vieira running in the 4th position. Marazon is in 3rd. Moving out of the back of Vieira's machine at Preston Hassel running in P5. Vieira going down to the bottom side, getting by Craig Marazon. Marazon going to give up 2 spots here, I believe. Take a look, Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19 car on the inside line as Marazon's fallen back to the 6th position. Get up on that outside. Guys started freight training on the inside. See Givaldo back there as well. Givaldo running in P6 as Marazon continuing to drop back. Maybe he's made some contact with the wall. Marazon running in P7 in the 60 car. A little trouble there for Marazon. Just behind him is the 24 of Sean Jacobs. Eugene Fedorov back there in 10th. We say take a look at Ed Palumbo in the 54 car. Just behind him is Eugene Fedorov in the 84. Looking out of the back of Ed Palumbo's machine, see Dennis Udichin in P11. Fedorov is in 10th. Couple guys off the pace there. It looks like maybe Gomez, Simpler, Pierce, Carter, and Willis kind of earn it back there behind the pack. Take a look at that pack. I don't know what happened to them, but the 26 car leading this charge. He's running in the 13th position. Lucas Hifner of the 21 running in 14th. Steve Pierce in the 51 car running in the 15th position. Gordon Carter 16th. Jim Willis running in 17th in the 53. Maybe just being a little patient here. He talked about that in the pre-race show. When I moved into or got into the server, I was talking to Jim, had a pretty extended conversation with him, one of our Florida drivers, and he was talking about how important it is to be patient at this track. And Simpler's going to go on the high side and get around Thiago Gomez. So Lucas Simpler making that pass at 21 car. Gomez now back to the 14th position. Get back up here and look at Todd Robillard leading the charge in the 90 car. This is almost a home game for him. He's one of our Rhode Island drivers, and I would imagine this track's fairly close to where he lives. And we want to send out our well wishes to Todd and his family. I know Todd lost his mother last week, and definitely a tough time, for us here at HORL. Definitely thinking about him and his family at this time. Here he is back out racing with us, trying to get back to some normalcy.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag here. A yellow flag, and we'll see what happened here. Looks like maybe Fedorov might be involved. Take a look and see what happened here with Eugene Fedorov and Denis Yudichin side by side. So looked like maybe Yudichin might gotten into the back of him there, and he comes up across the track, and oh man, Peixoto, a hard lick there for him. Peixoto got caught up in that. That is big time damage for Peixoto. Board here with Gilmar. Watch this. It looked like Yudichin might have gotten into Fedorov right there, and then Fedorov comes up the track and gets into the 3X car. It just looked like things got a little tight there coming off, and it does look like Yudichin came across the track, gets into Fedorov. Fedorov across, up the track. Nothing he can do there. He's just a passenger, and Gilmar in the wrong place at the wrong time. Board here with Denis Yudichin. And up the track, gets into the 84, and the 84 slides back across, and then it's a hard lick for those guys. Just got a little bit tight maybe coming up the track, or maybe just misjudged. And we got our first caution flag. So we have our first caution flag here, 14 laps in. Hard contact there for Fedorov and Peixoto. Fedorov 2 laps down. He has got some major damage to that car. Going to be coming back out on track, but major repairs for Eugene Fedorov. We are getting some pit stops here. Robillard on pit lane, it looks like. Our race leader is coming down pit lane, and some of these guys have elected to stay out. Sean Jacobs going to get a lap led here, I believe. And they see the 83, the 4, also on pit lane. As our race leader into the pit stop. See that race there is a fast off pit lane. Out like they came in. Gained some positions there for Vieta. Look, lap battle right there. Bordelli Jr., Preston Hassel battling off pit lane. So Sean Jacobs is out here on the track. He led the lap, so now he's going to peel off the track to come out pit lane. Got a little debris there on the apron, it looks like. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be in action right here at this track tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Cup Series. Race number 6 of the season, 160-lap race from Dover. And this should be a fun one. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the Cup Series, the Saturday Night Thunder, coming up tomorrow right here from Dover. Udichin will have to serve his penalty. So the rule here in the Buschwackers series, if you cause a caution flag and it doesn't impact any other cars, then you just have to do a drive-through with the 2 to go and start at the end of the longest line. If it does cause damage to another car, then you have to pit under green and do a drive-through. And that's what will face Dennis Udichin. Now, ideally, what you'll want to do is drive through with the 2 to go so you can start at the end of the longest line and then do your drive-through versus peeling off the track. And I think that's exactly what he plans on doing. As Lucas Simpner will be our leader here in this 21 car, and he may have stayed out here. So this is an interesting play here by Simpner, unless he decides he's going to go down pit lane. Well, I think he might be on older tires here. Thiago Gomez also a little bit off sequence here, it looks like. So this is going to be interesting to see how this works out for these guys. We've got a couple drivers here on older tires. Gomez and Simpner have elected to stay out. Robillard, Alvarez starting side by side here on this restart on fresh tire. But we're going to go back green, I think, this time by. I can hardly tell because the pace car, you never can tell with this game. Lights are supposed to be on if they're going to go another lap out on the 1 to go. So I think the pace car is going to be coming off. Here we go. We're going to go back green here at Dover. Simpner on the outside line will control the restart. Gomez on the inside line in the Toyota in the 26 car.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, we're back to green. Gomez did not get a very good start on that restart right there, as he is on older tires. Alvarez on fresh tires on the outside line. Going to get around Gomez, I believe. Well, Gomez is fighting him off here a little bit. I think these guys, if we have a long green flag run, it's not going to benefit those guys from staying out. So it looks like Alvarez has gotten around. Now Robillard looking on the bottom side of Thiago Gomez. Robillard in the 90 Sunoco sponsored machine. Now getting around that Napa machine of Thiago Gomez. Preston Hassel now pushing the envelope here in this 27 car. Oh, that is tight right there. The Toyota and the Ford almost swapping some paint. Preston Hassel, the AMD Ryzen sponsored Ford, wanting to pick up that spot. I think just be patient here on those older tires that Gomez has. He's going to continue to drift toward the back, as now Arthur Vieta starting to challenge on the inside. Gomez fighting back on that outside line. You got to be careful not to overdrive this machine. Preston Hassel still pushing the issue down to the inside line, as this outside line with Thiago Gomez. Looks like Preston might end up clearing Gomez. No, Gomez got a good run going into the turn, but I think Preston Hassel, those fresher tires, might be able to win out here. Oh, dives in front right there, and there's contact. Bardelli Jr., a little bit of contact with Gomez, as Preston Hassel, I think that might have been, Gomez might have been Arthur Vieta. That contact. That was almost a crash right there. And it looked like Preston Hassel had gotten over. Gomez had a run and got out of the throttle in a hurry. Oh, my heavens. Take a look at this again. Preston Hassel getting by Gomez right here. He's got a little fight on his hands. Still down on the bottom, and he's going to try to get up on this high line. Now they're almost 3 wide there. We're watching a little bit of a replay here. As the 27 drifted up the track right there, and I think it might have startled Gomez, and he gets into Vieira right there. Gets into Vieira, and Vieira does a great job to keep from spinning out. Wow. Well, Robillard has moved up the grid here and now challenging Lucas Simpler for the race lead. Remember, Lucas on older tires. And Todd Robillard still having a battle on his hands with Lucas Simpler. Side by side here between the 90 and the 21. And the 90 on fresher tires might have the advantage here. Luca using that outside line and making Todd Robillard use up some tires to get around, and I think Robillard's got him cleared this time. Still sticking to that bottom line as Alvarez going to the outside line now, diving down to the inside below Lucas Simpler in the 21. Alvarez got a good run here, and he might end up trying to get around Todd Robillard. So Alvarez does get around Lucas Simpler. Deli Jr. Oh, Vieira sideways. Archer Vieira sliding. Might be some damage from that contact with Thiago Gomez. Alvarez had, Vieira had a lot of work to do on that steering wheel. My heavens, man. Vieira was hanging on for dear life. Look at that car sideways. And hangs on to that thing. Wow. On board here with Vieira. Watch this. He's going to work this wheel. Look at this. Counter steering right there. Oh, man, Vieira. Any other driver would have wrecked that car, but Archie Vieira has a lot of laps, a lot of years of racing under his belt. Givaldo Spindola and Thiago Gomez here battling it out. Givaldo has made a pit stop in that 68 car. Hard to make a pass here on the inside line. We are lap 29, 130 laps here tonight. We're approaching 100 to go. And the 68 car lifted up the track there pretty fast, but he does get around the 26. Craig Marazon trying to follow him through. On board here with Thiago Gomez as Craig Marazon gets by. Marazon now moving up to the 9th position as Gomez has dropped back to 10th in that 26 car. Robillard in the 90 is the leader. He's got Franco Alvarez on his tail. Bardelli Jr. in the 19 in this mix as well. This guy's running that outside line. And the 21 of Lucas Simpler running in fourth. Preston Hassel starting to push the issue with him. Simpler doing a great job of making these older tires work. And I think Vieira's up into the wall. Vieira might have made some contact with the wall, and I'm not convinced that this car is all right. There was some, he's got some boogered up tires, but I think there was some contact there earlier with Gomez, and he might have some right side damage. Looking out of the front of his machine, you see Ed Palumbo trying to get around Givaldo Spindola. That's Ed Palumbo there. Well, Ed Palumbo's gotten around. That's Craig Marazon trying to get around Givaldo. Givaldo with a 68 car just ahead, running in P8 as Craig Marazon makes that pass. Got a battle here for the race lead. Look at this mess right here. Robillard, Bardelli Jr., and Alvarez. Three-way battle. And the 19 car going to end up taking the race lead here in the Ford. The 19, the 90, and the 83, 1, 2, 3. As Bardelli Jr. getting the race, or getting the lead here as Robillard wants to see if he can't get that back in the 90. Oh, we got a car at the inside. Car at the inside wall. Contact. Who that was on the inside, but big time problems. It looks like it's the 53 car. 53 car off the pace. Big time problems for Jim Willis. Jim Willis off the pace and missing a hood. He's had some major contact with the wall. Jim Willis in the 53 hard into the wall. see what happened here with Jim Willis. This is after the fact. Take a look at Jim Willis here in this 53 car. Oh, man, that is a hard look at that hood flying off. And I don't know what happened to him, but that was a hard lick for the 53 car. Take a look here. I don't know if there was contact or what, but Jim Willis going up the track here. Oh, it just gets loose coming off the turn, and wow, man. Sean Jacobs barely missed that. Jim Willis, hard contact there for him. Sean Jacobs on board here with him. Watch this. You see that 53 car just ahead, and he's going to drift up the track, and the back end's going to come around on it. Right here, the back end comes around, and Sean Jacobs able to miss that. Holy smokes. Big-time problems there for Jim Willis. Take a look at this battle up front. This is a gaggle of cars here. As Bardelli Jr. leads, Craig Marizon and the 83 of Franco Alvarez having a battle. Preston Hassel in this mix. And Alvarez in the 83 trying to get around Craig Marizon. Well, back around Craig Marizon as Marizon got around him. That Magpul Dynamics machine. And looks like the 83 going down to the inside and battle. There's a sort of a yin and a yang to this, to be honest with you. I mean, you're going to get that position back, but is it worth it here early in the race to burn up those tires? Alvarez in his Tire Pro sponsor machine as Jim Willis retires his machine. Man. Robillard now on the outside line is the inside line is Alvarez using this outside, gets around, and Marizon's going to get around as well. As now he's starting to roll up on some lap traffic. You see Peixoto in the 3X machine. This guy's starting to roll up on some lap traffic. Bardelli Jr. is our leader. And Jim Willis has retired his machine. What a tough break there for Jim. Jim Willis in the garage. Probably drinking some Black Rifle Coffee Company. Coffee? It's his sponsor. Look at this. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car battling the 21. Ed Palumbo kind of stuck back there behind the 21 as Sean Jacobs going to make that pass on Lucas Simpner. So Sean Jacobs moving up the grid here now all over the back of the 27 car. As Peixoto gets out of the way, lets those guys go. That is good racing etiquette right there from Peixoto. That is good racing etiquette there by Gilmar Peixoto. He got out of the way. He knew those guys were lead lap cars. Got out of the way to let him go. Haven't talked too much about Gordon Carter here. Having a pretty good night right now, running in the 8th position in that 56 car. And Jim Willis now in the chat session. So tough break there for Jim. And hopefully he's okay. He's out of the infield care center. As we watch Gordon Carter in the 56 high place moving sponsored Camaro here running in the 8th position. Dennis Udichin in the 47 car. Now gaining position here as Lucas Simpner has to make a pit stop under green. That's the gamble that you make. As we see, I think Simpner is on pit lane here under green. He stayed out. Maybe he's working at math. You never know. He's a math guy. And now coming back out on track. But pitted under green and now finds himself 2 laps down. And that may end up working out for him. We'll see. Robillard here starting to give up some positions. Led some laps. And now going to fall back here as the 27 car gets by. Preston Hassel in the AMD Ryzen sponsored Ford now taking over the 6th position as Robillard falls back to P7. Gordon Carter is in this mix as well. We've got a battle for the race lead. Look at this. Franco Alvarez in the 83. Down on the inside line. He prefers that outside line, but I think he's going to make a pass any way he can get it, and he gets by Claudio Bardelli Jr. Simfer on fresher tires, mixing it up with this, guys. Now, Simfer is 2 laps down. He's going to try to unlap himself, at least now. Now he's 1 lap down. 1 fresher tires, so maybe got something worked out here as we're starting to hear some guys indicating they're coming down pit lane. Arthur Vieira in the 4 car coming off the track to come down pit lane. So Arthur Vieira on pit lane. We're hearing Preston Hassel indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Preston Hassel down to the inside. These guys tell everybody that they're going to be pitting, so those guys know to get out of the way. So green flag pit stops underway. And Franco Alvarez is the leader. Bardelli Jr. right there on his tail in the 19 car in P2. So 1-2, these guys have not made a pit stop, but I think Alvarez just got into the outside wall. It looked like Alvarez might have made contact. Might have made contact with the outside wall coming off turn 4. Ed Palumbo is on pit lane as well, I believe. There we go. 54 car finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Green flag pit stops underway. The Mellow Yellow sponsor number 54 car, our New York native, Ed Palumbo, coming back out on track, will be in the 11th position. Todd Robillard coming down pit lane in the 90 car. Sunoco sponsor machine. And I'll tell you, those leaders have not made a pit stop yet. Claudio Bardelli Jr. He is down to the inside. I have a feeling that Bardelli Jr. might be coming down pit lane here fairly soon. He's gotten back around Alvarez. Franco Alvarez has tires dropped off, and he is indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane on board here with Franco Alvarez. You see him counter steering coming around the turn. This thing is wicked loose right now. Franco Alvarez, this could be challenging right here, coming on the flat part of the track, carrying a lot of speed. Right there, you see, almost spins that car out. Oh, man, on the brakes hard. Alvarez on pit lane. You see Sean Jacobs, Craig Marizon also coming down pit lane. Alvarez in the 83 car, hard on the brakes. As our new race leader is the 56 car of Gordon Carter. Alvarez was hard on the brakes. Gordon Carter to the inside. He's coming down pit lane. Steve Pierce in the 51 car. He's going to come around here and get some laps led. This 51, Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Brand new paint scheme for him. Sponsored by Captain Morgan. A little bit into the wall there. Steve Pierce going to get some laps led. Steve Pierce now indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane here in this 51 car. To the outside, he's going to have to get over here in a hurry, and this is tricky, especially on older tires. Oh, man, right there, as I'll tell you, downshifted, almost lost the back end of that car. Almost spun that car out. Lucas Simpner back out. Now, I think Lucas Simpner will be our race leader here once it shakes out. Got a little bit different pit sequence of these guys. He pitted early. In the 21. And this guy has been known as sort of a, what do you want to say, an unorthodox racing style with respect to fuel saving calculating when he needs to make a pit stop and maybe be able to snooker these guys. He might be thinking about being a fuel mileage race here. He's won quite a few races that way. So always somebody. I mean, he's known by the other, from the other drivers. He's known for this, so they're definitely aware that Simpner's always got something up his sleeve. Very smart young man, one of our Canadian drivers. I believe he is a finance major. So good math. And let's see if the race math works out for him. A little bit older tires here because he pitted earlier in these guys. And Ed Palumbo is in P2, starting to run him down a little bit. See Givaldo just behind. Now Givaldo running in the 12th position in that 68 car. Givaldo is the lucky dog. I don't think there's any urgency by the 68 car to really get around these leaders. And Ed Palumbo closing in on the race leader. Ed Palumbo in the 54 car, Mellow Yellow sponsor machine, and this might change his opinion of this Mellow Yellow machine if this paint scheme, if he can get the race win in it. It feels like this scheme has been bad luck for him. Likes that traditional Mellow Yellow machine. He's got a ton of race victories there, but he's battling it out with here. Lucas Simpler's not going to give up the race lead that easily. One thing to catch these guys, but also it's another thing to pass them. And it looks like Ed Palumbo's still working on Lucas Simpler. Ed Palumbo on the inside. This benefits Luca a little bit if Ed has to use up his stuff. And that's going to allow Franco Alvarez to close in as well. Ed Palumbo end up clearing the Mustang. And Alvarez on the move in P3. Fresher tires of the front three. Spindle to the inside. Alvarez kind of stuck behind the lap car there of Givaldo. Alvarez to the outside. 1, 2, 3. Palumbo, Simpler, and Alvarez. Preston Hassel fourth, Sean Jacobs in the 5th position. And Palumbo is leading. Not really able to run away from Simpler. Going to help him a little bit if these guys start battling it out and Simpler races Alvarez as hard as he did Ed Palumbo. And it doesn't look like that's going to be the case as Alvarez now climbing down below Ed Palumbo. Look at this guy's getting after it right now. 83 and the 21. 21 backing off as he realizes the 83's got a little bit of an advantage here. And this is going to be interesting. A couple of aggressive drivers here side by side. KG veteran Ed Palumbo and the young gun, the 83, Franco Alvarez. Alvarez gets the pass. Palumbo now back to the 2nd position as Alvarez on fresher tires gets around Ed Palumbo. So Franco Alvarez is our leader. Good green flag run here, long green flag run. Good green flag pit stops in the books. As Alvarez is the leader in that Tire Pros sponsored Chevy Camaro. Palumbo and Simpler running in 2-3. Bardelli Jr. 4th, Preston Hassel is 5th. Rod Robillard in the 90 and the 4 of Artur Vieta side by side. Couple Chevys here battling it out. Robillard hailing from Rhode Island. Artur Vieta, one of our Brazilian drivers. And it looks like the 90 car going to get that spot. Picks up the 8th position. Artur Vieta back to 9th. Interested to see the different strategies here with these pit stop strategies. See how this plays out in the long run. Marizon having a good night here in the Magpul sponsor machine. Number 60 car running in the 7th position. Didn't take him long, man, to get a championship once he got back into racing. Or racing here at HORL. Did not take him long to get a championship. He was having some problems with some connection issues. Got a new computer, I believe. Built a new computer and seems to have gone by the wayside here, now able to stay in the races. And then what do you see? You see him get a championship out of the deal. On board here with Marizon as he's closing in on Sean Jacobs in the 6th position. Sean Jacobs actually pressuring Preston Hassel. So the 24 Vulcans, Cal-U Vulcans sponsor machine, getting around the Ford. AMD Ryzen number 27 car now falling back to the 6th position. We may end up seeing some green flag pit stops here again pretty soon. Paul Brown saying that Lucas Simfer has an extra fuel cell. Hopefully Paul's on the mend, indicating he was having some back problems, man. Hopefully he's okay. I know how that can be, man. A kid hard to get out of bed, got to roll out of bed. I think Archer Vieta is on pit lane. So Vieta, the 4 car on pit lane here, now giving up some track position to make an early pit stop. The NASCAR BR sponsored Camaro is on pit lane. Look at Dennis Uderchin in traffic here in this 47 car. Some of those lead lap cars get by. It's Toyota. One of our Ukrainian drivers. Oh, Ed Palumbo hard into the wall. Bardelli Jr. gets into the back of him. Bardelli Jr. got into the back of the 54 cars. The 54 climbed up the wall, climbed up the track and got into the wall. And the 54 hard contact. Almost disaster. Palumbo climbed up the track here. Watch this. Palumbo into the fence right there. Bardelli Jr. couldn't miss him. Got into the back of the 54. And 54, we're going to lose a couple positions here. And I think this car is done on tires. Wow. Bardelli Jr. just had nowhere to go on that one. Riding on here with Bardelli Jr. They were going around the 47, the lap car. And Palumbo drifts up the track. It gets into the wall. Look at a little bit of a replay here. On board here with Bardelli Jr. As you see things tighten up there with Uderchin. And then Palumbo just going to lose some grip and climb up the wall. Right there, contact as Bardelli Jr. gets into the back of Ed Palumbo. Not intentional. And he gets around Ed Palumbo. Palumbo hanging on for dear life there. Simper gets around as well. And Palumbo on older tires and might be ready for the pit stop. Not heard any much on from Alvarez. Alvarez has got about a 6.5 second lead, almost a 7-second lead on these guys. He's got something figured out here late in the race. He's on lap 81. 27 car indicating he is got to make a pit stop. These tires are gone for him. Tough on tires. It's the Monster Mile. This thing chews up tires. So the 27 car coming off the track to come down pit lane. So earlier pit stop here for Preston Hassel. Gordon Carter getting around in the 56 car. Backed up to the 8th position. Preston Hassel's retired his machine. So something up with the 27 car. Look at this. It's Craig Marizon in the 60. On the inside line, battling that 54. This Magpul Dynamics car continuing to move up the grid. Now in the 4th position. Setting his sights on Lucas Simper in the 21 car. See how quickly he is closing in on Simper and Bardelli Jr. Sean Jacobs now getting around Ed Palumbo. Now you sponsored Camaro. Now up to the 5th position. This looks like the 90 car to the inside. Sunoco Ultra sponsor number 90 of Todd Robillard in the Camaro, looking to get around Sean Jacobs. So a couple Camaros here mixing it up as the 90 car picking up that spot. A little bit of communication there on their part. Gordon Carter starting to move up the grid here. Gordon Carter, I believe, gets around Lucas Simpfer, as I think Simpfer actually on pit lane. Gordon Carter now up to the 7th position as Simpfer has made a pit stop. Simpfer back onto pit lane. Take a look at Thiago Gomez. Haven't checked in him in a while. This 26 car Napa sponsor machine. Great looking paint scheme Franco Alvarez did for this guy. Just a fantastic looking paint scheme. I think I started this paint scheme and sent it over to Franco Alvarez to work his magic, and he did a great job on that paint scheme. Looks great. Valdo Spindola, Gilmar Peixoto running in the 16th position. Been a tough night here for him. He had pretty significant damage early in the race and now finds himself 14 laps down. Now, Simpfer's retired his machine. So Simpfer may have gotten caught speeding. He has retired his machine. So we got some guys who are dropping out. Very interesting to see that happen there for Lucas Simpfer. I thought he had something figured out. Speeding on pit lane for Lucas Simpfer. Chose not to serve the penalty and is now out of the race. Oh boy. Valdo Spindola in the 13th position after making his pit stop. He is now 4 laps down. So, got to be careful, man, here at Dover. It's easy to speed on pit lane as you see Franco Alvarez trying to put Gordon Carter a lap down. Carter is in the 6th position. Some of these guys have made pit stops. Oh, Alvarez. Oh, no. Franco Alvarez having some connection issues. Alvarez had some connection issues, it looked like. Wow, that was crazy right there. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 2nd position. 1.5 seconds back, as I think Alvarez is a little bit gun shy here. I'm not sure what happened to Vieira, whether he's it's like he has had some connection issues. That is not uncommon for Vieira, unfortunately. See Franco Alvarez coming off the track, come down pit lane, and whoo! That looked like that was fast. Bardelli Jr. also on pit lane. And Craig Marizon going to be coming down pit lane as well. Actually looks like he might be finishing up his pit stop, so coming back out on track. So Alvarez and Bardelli Jr. both on pit lane. got some guys dropping out here. The attrition is hitting, and hitting hard. As Alvarez has finished up his pit stop, coming back out on track. That battle there for the second position. Looks like Robillard has it. Bardelli Jr. is in third. Got 6/10 back to Robillard. Robillard in P2. I'm kind of curious to see if this 90 car with, about 35 laps to go or so, 33 laps to go, if he can run down Franco Alvarez. A little bit of traffic here, some lap traffic for Robillard as Gomez in the 26 car just ahead. Gomez is 1 lap down in the lucky dog position as Robillard gets by. Now sets his sights on Givaldo, who is 2 laps down in the 10th position. Take a look at Eugene Fedorov. This is the back end of that car. Got caught up in an earlier incident as Udichin came up the track, got into the back of the 54 car. Of the 84 car, and this is the back end of that car. This thing's been off a little bit tonight after that contact. Now running in the 11th position. Just looking to get a points night out of this, I think. And hopefully he's thinking maybe some more guys will drop out. Looks like Gordon Carter now out of the race. So something's happened to Gordon Carter. Looks like he's got a pretty significant amount of damage too. So I don't know what's happened to Gordon Carter. Gordon Carter, big-time problems there for him. And we missed this. I'm not sure what happened to Gordon, but something big time happened to Gordon. And he is out of the race. That is some big time damage for Gordon Carter. A tough break there for him. He was having such a good night. We've had 1 caution flag. And the war of attrition has left us with 6 cars on the lead lap and 5 cars out of the race. Peixoto is in the race with 12 laps down as I see Alvarez going by Gilmar Peixoto. So the latest victim to the war of attrition is Gordon Carter in the 56. He had a really good race, top 10 car going there. About 8th place was about where he was, and something happened. We missed that. He had some big time contact with the wall or something, I think, and missing the front end of that car. Last car on the lead lap is Ed Palumbo in the 56 car, or excuse me, the 54 car. It's Mellow Yellow sponsor machine, and he is in P5, actually P6. Take that back, Ed Palumbo. Just ahead of the race leader. You see Alvarez having some issues there with the lap traffic. Trying to get around Eugene Fedorov. Now sets his sights on the 54 car. And Palumbo is trying to fight to stay on the lead lap as Alvarez climbing up the track there, has to get out of the throttle. And Palumbo wants to stay on the lead lap. I think I probably just let him go. You are in the lucky dog position if there is a caution flag come out. And Palumbo wants to go racing though, I think. He is going to, it looks like he let the 83 car go. Check on Steve Pierce here in the 9th position in the 51 car. Brand new paint scheme there for Steve. I'm going to have to change the color of the numbers on that car. I painted that car for him, and I have to change the color of the numbers for him so we can see a little bit better on the track. We'll get a look at the Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Get an idea of what that looks like. Didn't have to roll around in a temporary car. Franco Alvarez in the 83, the leader. 6-second lead over Claudio Bardelli Jr. Robillard third, Marzon fourth, Jacobs is in fifth. Valdo on pit lane, I believe, in this 68 car, taking some service here. Late race pit stop. They might have another pit stop to do for these guys. These guys might have another pit stop. Everybody pretty content where they are. There are 5 cars right now on the lead lap. Does look like Gomez is on pit lane. Thiago Gomez here late in the race in his 26 car, making a pit stop. As Franco Alvarez leads the field. Bardelli Jr. second, Robillard third, Marzon fourth, Sean Jacobs in the 5th position. 4 out of the 5 are Chevys. Bardelli Jr. in the Ford, running in P2. Couple Toyotas there in 8th and 9th as Udichin picking up the 8th position. Dennis Udichin in the 47 car. 3 laps down in P8. Gomez back out on the track, however, after making pit stop. And I think Gomez is on the same lap here as the 47 car. On board here with Gomez, and he could probably pick up another spot here if he could close in on Dennis Udichin. I think he might be on fresher tires. Maybe he just took 2 tire stop here, but he does seem to be closing in on our Ukrainian driver, the 47 of Dennis Udichin. So this battle is for position. Couple Toyotas here mixing it up as Thiago Gomez in the 26 going to get around Dennis Udichin in the 47 car, picking up P8. Good clean pass there, and Udichin just kind of let him go. Realized he was faster, fresher tires, good racing etiquette right there. High racing IQ by Dennis Udichin. Long green flag runs here. This is what we were looking for. The guy's showing us how to do it. Only 1 caution flag. 130 lap race, and we are across the start finish line starting lap 120. We're starting to close in on the final laps of this race. Everybody sort of strung out there. Take a look at Bardelli Jr. as he is running in P2, about 6.5 seconds back to the race lead. Robillard in second, Marzon third, Jacobs in, Marzon in fourth, Robillard and Marizon having a battle there. It looks like Marizon might have gotten around. Let's take a look here. This 90 car might have gotten into the outside wall as Marizon in the Camaro in that 60 car gets around the 90. Thiago Gomez lap down car. He's going to get by both of them. He's got fresher tires. So good pass there for Marizon, but Robillard wanting to get that spot back. Good battling here between the 60 and the 90. 90 has to get out of the throttle. That car wants to break free. Back here and look at this pass. Marizon really closed in on the 90s. I think the 90 got into the wall. And Marizon gets around. You see Thiago Gomez on fresher tires. Lap down car getting by both those guys. Good clean pass there. I think Robillard had gotten into the outside wall. And speaking of getting into the outside wall, I think the 83 might have made contact with the outside wall. You got to be thinking here, do any of these guys have to come back down pit lane? I mean, that'd be a game changer here if you got the guys that have pitted late that might be a lap down like Ed Palumbo, and you have these top 5 drivers, some of them might have to come down pit lane. Sean Jacobs is the last car on the lead lap in the 24. Got to be wondering here, do we have enough fuel to make it to the end? .3 seconds now, so maybe Alvarez is saving a little fuel. 5 laps to go. Morgelli Jr. has shaved off about half a second. Alvarez is in traffic. Oh, Sean Jacobs into the outside wall.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Sean Jacobs into the outside wall. Oh, we got a yellow flag as Fedorov gets caught up in that. Big time problems here for the 24 car. Late race caution. Late race caution flag. Sean Jacobs outside contact right there. We sped that up. We can back this up here a little bit. Let's see here as he hits the outside wall, comes across the front of the race leader, and then smacks the inside wall, comes back across the track, hits the 84. He's a lap down. Wow, man. Alvarez almost got taken out in that. On board here with him, kind of a funky place to do this, but on board here, watch this. Watch this. Alvarez, who's the race leader, trying to put Jacobs a lap down. He gets into the wall, comes across the track, and then comes back up and gets into Fedorov. Fedorov had nowhere to go. On board here with Eugene. You see Jacobs comes up across the track and then, into him. Fedorov out of the race now. That was just a hard lick for Fedorov too. Jacobs hard into the inside wall right there, and then comes back up across the track, and Fedorov has nowhere to go. A late race caution flag. And Bardelli Jr. is chomping at the bit. So late race caution flag tightens things up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Robillard as maybe a shot. Here, who knows? Who knows? Those guys are on pit lane too. All those guys on pit lane as Alvarez gets out ahead. Oh, look at that battle off pit lane. The 19 and the 90. What a race off pit lane there, huh? Watch this. Watch Bardelli Jr. This race off pit lane with Robillard, who's in that front pit stall right there. And who gets this? Looks like Bardelli Jr. might have gotten that. Wow. What a battle there off pit lane, huh? Too bad we can't. There we go. What's this? What's this battle? Oh, look at that. Good battle right there. Well, Alvarez is the leader. And we've bunched these guys back up. Alvarez did not want to see that, that's for sure. Alvarez did not want to see that. Now, we've got some cars that might be, Palumbo, I think, is on the tail end of the lead lap. So he's going to get a wave around. That's a pretty smart situation there for him. Although on older tires, he can't make a pit stop. But he's going to get the wave around, get back on the lead lap, and there's some fisticuffs between these race leaders. Palumbo could actually, he might be able to come away with a race win. Who knows? So we're going to restart Alvarez, Bardelli Jr., Robillard, Marizan, and Palumbo. As Palumbo will get the lucky dog. I mean the wave around. Alvarez did not, and I repeat, did not want to see that caution flag. He's going to take the inside line on this restart. I personally, given this track and the way that this outside line works, especially early on, I think Bardelli Jr. might have an advantage here. So here we are. Are we not talking about a green-white checker here? I think we are. The green-white checker here at Dover. A lot of wave-around cars. And this is going to be interesting, too, with Bardelli Jr. is going to start on the outside line as Franco Alvarez is going to start on the inside line. And you see all these guys coming around as Ed Palumbo now going to get back on that lead lap. Oh, hard on the brakes there for Palumbo. What old tires he had left are gone now. As that guy's warming up their tires, Marizan and Robillard will start side by side in row 2. Here we go. Green-white checker here at Dover, the Monster Mile. And it's all about the start here. Alvarez on the inside will control the start.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go, back to green. Green-white checker here at Dover. Bardelli Jr. gets a heck of a jump on the outside line. He's got a little help with Marizan. They're side by side. Alvarez has a good run coming off the turn. Can he clear Bardelli Jr.? It looks like he does, I think. Bardelli Jr., the 19. Also, Robillard in this mix. Cross the start-finish line. We'll have one to go. Bardelli Jr. to the outside. Alvarez on the inside line, driving that car deep into the turn. Good run. Oh, does he get into the outside wall? He does. Bardelli Jr. to the inside. Alvarez on the outside does the block. Alvarez in a 83 car. Bardelli Jr. goes to the outside. Robillard on the outside. Alvarez gets the win. My heavens. Woo. What a battle. Alvarez with the win. I wish we'd had a little bit better camera angles here. I wish the guys, whoever made this track or converted this track, would work on those camera angles. But what a battle there. Good, clean battle with those front 4 cars. So congratulations to Franco Alvarez on getting the win here at Dover. Heck of a run there for Alvarez. So Franco Alvarez gets the win here at Dover. Exciting finish to that race. Bardelli Jr. almost made it 2 in a row. Bardelli Jr. and Robillard, Alvarez, Marzon, all battling for the race win. And what a race it was. 2 caution flags here at Dover. A green, white checker. Good way to finish that exciting race. Let's take a look at the results. Alvarez gets the win in the 83. Bardelli Jr. finishes second. Robillard third. Marzon finishes in fourth. Ed Palumbo with the top 5 run there in the 5th position. Thiago Gomez finishes 6th. Dennis Hutcherson finishes in the 7th position. Steve Pierce 8th. Givaldo Spindola 9th. And Sean Jacobs finishes in the 10th position. Finishing in P11 is Jomar Peixoto in the 3X. Eugene Fedorov 12th. Gordon Carter finishes in the 13th position. Arthur Vieta 14th. Lucas Simpner finishes in 15th. Preston Hassel 16th. And Jim Willis finishes in the 17th position. So a lot of late race attrition there with the 84 and the 56. And the 14 lost his connection. Simpner got caught speeding, retired his machine. Preston Hassel had some problems as well, retired his machine. And Jim Willis, big crash there at the start. So congratulations to Franco Alvarez getting the win here at Dover. And we'll see if we can't get him up in the broadcast booth for an interview. What a good job there for Franco Alvarez. We're joined up here in the booth with Franco Alvarez, and man, I would say that you did not want to see that last caution flag come out.
I definitely did. Oh my God, what a race, man.
Well, we only had 2 caution flags. I mean, it really looked like we were only going to have that one, and pretty unexpected, I think, here at Dover to have just a limited number of cautions like that.
Not in my opinion, because the last time we raced here, a couple of seasons ago, we also had a great race, a really clean race. And if you see the field today, it was like everybody drives really good. So I didn't think there would be a lot of cautions. That's why after the first caution, I expected the race to go full green, because in my opinion, that was going to be a really good race, a clean race, and it was. So that's it, man. So fun.
It seemed like that first run there, you went out like gangbusters, and those guys were able to sort of reel you back in a little bit. And then pit stops being the way they were, sort of mix some things around. But you had the car up front all night long. What's the secret here for you at Dover with this, the tires and, the abrasive track?
Oh man, my Tire Pro Chevy Camaro was so fast today. It was rotating pretty well on the corners. Like, I was not tight on corner entry. I was a bit loose on corner exit. So my right rear was a bit burned at the end of the runs, but mainly I was saving tires at the beginning of the runs. So instead of losing like 1.5 seconds per lap at the end of the run, I will lose like 1.2, 1.3. I was saving. And when we were closing the run, I was pushing as hard as I can to recover track position. So that was my strategy, to have a good long run.
I'm sorry. It seems like getting off of the track onto pit lane can really be challenging here. What did you, what was your strategy when you got off the track, kind of making that tight turn on the apron at really a pretty high speed?
It's insanely difficult because the car has literally no grip down there, so you need to go like half throttle and literally trying to save the back of the car because it wants to slide. So you need to save the back of the car and go half throttle until you get to the actual track at the exit of 2. So yeah, the car gets loose everywhere here. It's awesome.
Well, next week we've got a new track headed our way. It's a track called Five Flag Speedway, a really short track. I don't know if you've been on that track before, or if you have, what are your thoughts there?
I know the track in real life because of a big event with late models, but I never drove there on sim racing, so I know it's a short track, and I know it's a really tight track, so I expect like a similar race maybe to what we'll see on Richmond, for example. I expect something similar like that.
Well, hey, congratulations. Always entertaining to watch you drive here in the Buschwackers series, and another win in the books for the Tire Pros sponsored machine and that crew. And good luck to you next week and the rest of the season.
Thanks, Heath. I hope everybody watching the race really liked the racing, mainly at the end of the race with Claudio and Todd. Just awesome racing at the end. So thanks, guys, and I see you next week, I hope. Thank you.
All right. Hasta luego, my friend.
See ya, man.
He always makes fun of me whenever I speak Spanish. What can I say? Hey, good job to him, and congratulations to that Tire Pros crew. Able to get the win here at Dover. Very tough track. What a great race, really. I know some guys didn't really get the finish they wanted to get, but nonetheless, a really good race from at least from the broadcast perspective. And, we had a good, clean race there. Just 2 caution flags. Just a fantastic job there tonight. Don't forget, man, tomorrow afternoon, that's right, race number 6 of the season, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for an 80-lap race, the final race of the Saturday Showdown Series, and it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Also, how about your website or your online store? Well, you can get that through EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our servers and our web space here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. If you'd like to join us on Discord, you can click on the link at HighOctaneRacing.net and get yourself racing with us. We have some great racing here. And again, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on the YouTube channel. Always enjoy bringing you the races. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share my videos with all your friends. Smash the bell and come back each and every week, man. Got some links in the description of this race. You can help me out by clicking on those. I really appreciate that. Hey, man, announcing, don't forget, the IndyCar Series back in action on May the 6th. The first race of a 10-race season will be at Barber Motorsports Park for 50 laps on May the 6th, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. And we got some more racing headed your way this weekend as well. Late at night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back here at Dover tomorrow in the Saturday Night Thunder. Congratulations to Franco Alvarez and all the drivers here tonight on making such a great race. That's going to do it for me here on TurnLeftTV. We'll see you next time. I am out of here.